Hi, this is Ernie. I'm that guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. And I have an amazing update. And I didn't realize until I put my kid to sleep. I introduced a stock called NBIS, NBIS, on June 13th. And I knew that CoreWeave had a lot more market share and they have a lot more major clients. But they also have two clients generating 70% of their revenue, and I knew it was going to be too big of a risk. So I decided to invest in NBIS instead of CoreWeave. And guess what? They just signed a major contract and stock is up 44% after the market closed. Let me show you the article from CNBC so that you will be able to see yourself what the news was. This is the news. It went up as high as 60%, but they signed a multi-billion-dollar AI infrastructure deal that's going to get them how much money? Let me show you where it is. Worth up to $19.4 billion over the next 5 years. Let me repeat that. That's about $20 billion over the next 5 years. And if you do that equally, it's about $4 billion a year or $1 billion per quarter. Remember that number. $1 billion per quarter is the revenue they're going to get from Microsoft on average. If you're just average it out, maybe they need to build more data, the data warehousing or whatever it might be, right? But it's about $1 billion a quarter. And let me show you how much money they made last quarter. Last quarter, they made revenue for quarter two is $105 million. Yes, this means their revenue could potentially go up in multiples. Yes, you heard me correctly. They're not only getting a lot of revenue growth by themselves, but Microsoft deal is going to make their revenue even go much higher. On an annual rate revenue, guidance is about $1 billion. Now they're going to get $4 billion. So it went 5x because of one deal alone. With a bigger client like this, you're not going to have good profit margin, because the size of the deal, they're able to generate better, pricing and better negotiation power. But imagine, stock is trading at $65 today, and it's only up about 44%. But their revenue is going to go up 5x on an annualized rate. Just imagine how much growth potential you're going to get. And with this deal, if they sign a couple more deals, this is going to be massive. How massive? $300-400 stock price. That's what I'm going for. Yes, you heard me correctly. $300 to $400 in share price is what I'm going for. And I'm so glad I started selling puts using the money that I generated to keep buying shares since June, what was it again? June 13th. So over the last 2.5 months or so, I used free money that I got selling puts and used that to buy shares for completely free. And this is gonna take off. I actually already took off and it's gonna go even higher. And for those who are wondering, how did you even pick that stock? I actually do a lot of research. And this book, Intelligent Investor, it actually talks about how to do research and find incredible growth stocks that's going to give you 2, 3, 4, 5x, or even sometimes 40x. That's how you do research. And fortunately, you could consider luck, but I've done a lot of homework on that particular company, and it enabled me to finally gain, I got a good return out of it, but I mean, because I got them in $47, and people laughed at me when I got in at 47. And people say, oh, you got suckered in, it will never go higher than that. Yeah, but after doing a lot of research, I decided to get in. Thanks to books like this that's teaching me how to do research and find good value as well as growth stocks. And then the techniques, right? I sold puts using my cash, meaning I did not use any of my cash. None of this got ever exercised. So I got free cash, $400, $500, $600, at least 1% every week. How? Because I sold, sorry, the light went off. Because I sold put option, meaning I wanted to buy it at a lower price, but you never went lower. So I ended up just keeping the cash. And rather than just keeping the cash, I invested to buy more shares. And this teaches you how to use options, generate free money, so that you can use that free money to acquire shares that you think it's going to continue to go up, and not to cover calls, because you know that there's a growth potential. But anyway, these two books are pretty much the Bible of investing that I really, really use. So try to get a copy of it. Go to the library. This book, go to the library. Every single library has at least a couple copies. This book, I think it's only available through TikTok, possibly on Amazon. So try to get it and share with your friends so that you can save a couple dollars. But I'm so happy that this is going to take off. I'm going to continue to do what I do, try to accumulate as many shares as possible. But yeah, I don't know how I'm going to sleep. I might, we don't even have champagne or wine at home. But yeah, I got to find somehow some ways to celebrate before we go to sleep. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more stock picks, more techniques around how to generate weekly income, how to do research, how to budget, how to save. I'm here for you. I am providing everything for free. There's no subscription courses, classes, absolutely nothing. Everything is available for you for free. So, save it as a favorite, and follow. And for those who have any questions, just leave me comments and I'll respond to you within 24 hours, so that not only you can get your question answered, but other people can also learn by watching some of these comments if they have a similar question. Anyway, thanks, and I will see you guys soon.